ship.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get to America? On ships, right? So did everybody on the earth go into slavery on ships? Who went into slavery on ships, brother? That's right.
Crazy.
For yourself, know perfectly that the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night.
What?
As a thief in the night.
Thief in the night.
Right.
The Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Nobody knows when the Lord is gonna come back. Right. Nobody knows.
This the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Right, the wisdom of the Lord, man, right, and the wisdom of life is more moving than any emotion, man, right? And that's what the Lord has given us to speak to our people, man, right? And that thing is gonna move you more than anything, man, right? It's gonna move you more than damn weed, right? It's gonna move you more than that damn Hennessy bottle, right? It's gonna sit there and move you more than damn Keisha, Letitia, right? And all these damn heathenistic women, man. Right.
Oh, you're going crazy.
Seminole Indians, right? We're Israelites according to the Most High God, all right? Because you can't find these different terms in which we would call ourselves today in the Bible. You understand? So we have to trace a lineage back through what? Prophecy. You understand? Are you familiar with prophecy and what it means? It's to foretell something before it happens, you understand? Right? So basically giving you a sense of foresight, you understand? When we have prophets walking upon the face of the earth, you understand? You had Samuel, right? You had Joel, right? These men would prophesy and say things before they would happen, man. You had Ezra, you had Daniel, you understand? They had visions and dreams, you understand, that the Lord put in their spirit, in order to teach the nation, to let them know the signs that they need to follow after and use as a token. You understand? Right? So go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse number 46. It's all good, okay? It's all good.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46.
Bring it over.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Start at 45. Smart.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 45. Moreover, all these curses.
It said what?
Moreover, all these curses.
Now, don't you feel cursed? Right? Don't you feel like our people are cursed as a nation? Because guess what? We don't have anything for ourselves. They take everything that we have for ourselves, right, and profit, you know, in their economy. You understand? All the wages that we sit there and earn, guess what? We're paying their taxes. Right? We don't have no economic systems or infrastructure that is strictly dedicated to our people. Right? All of these towns, right, and these cities that we have around us,
Viva
man,
Cristo Rey!
right?
Viva la Virgen de Guadalupe!
Americans are Israelites according to the Most High God. We got to come back and serve Him by keeping the commandments. All right? So at the end of the day, man, we sit there and live in a society that doesn't benefit us, but benefits everyone else that lives around us, man. That's outside of our people. You understand? So that's a curse. It's not a good thing. That's not a blessing. Right? Brother, don't you agree with that? Right? Finish up.
And shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because
Real quick.
Right? These things have destroyed us, man. Right? Not necessarily in the sense of literally destroyed us to where as though we're no longer upon the face of the earth, but they have destroyed us to where as though we have little hope. Right? We have little faith because of all the things that have happened to us thousands and thousands of years. You understand? Right? Because coming over here to America, that wasn't the first time slavery happened for our people. All right? You had the Assyrian captivity to where as though what? We were doing the same exact thing in which our forefathers was doing in 1500s. All the way up until about 1800s. Right? And even after that sometime. Right? So these different things have been happening upon the face of the earth for thousands of years, man. And our people are starting to get tired of it, man. Right? We've been cursed and we're still being cursed today. So what do you think we have to do in order to flip these things around?
I think we should heal.
You say you think we should heal?
Heal.
Yes, yeah, we gotta heal for sure. Right? But how do we heal? Because it's not something that we could just necessarily do.
It's like counseling, maybe.
Okay. Where you get your counsel from?
Oh, it could be a therapist.
Therapist?
Yeah, like that.
Right? Let me get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 16 and verse number 12. All right? Let me get Psalms chapter 55 and verse number 22 as well. Right? I'm going to tell you exactly how you need to heal. All right? Because these, you know, man can't really tell you anything. except they have gone through something. They can only teach according to experience, right? But the Lord can sit there and teach manifold, man. Right? He can sit there and bring you through different experiences and life testimonies. You understand? The Most High God is the greatest teacher of all, right? So you should desire to get taught from Him. You should desire to get that therapeutic session from Him. You know what I'm saying?
Prayer, reading,
right.
Bible, yeah.
Right. And if somebody can y'all hear 1 John chapter 1 and verse 9 as well?
I said 3 and 12, right? 16 and 12. Constant wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12.
Bring it out.
For it was neither heard.
It said what?
For it was neither heard.
So what do our people like to do? Right? They like to smoke the blunt. Right? They like to smoke damn cigarettes. They like to smoke Black and Milds and Swisher Seats. To what? Ease their mind, ease their stress. I need a reset. Right? Okay? The Lord said, for it was neither herb. Right? Go ahead.
Nor mollifying plaster.
It said what?
Nor mollifying plaster.
Right? So the things of material, right? Those things cannot heal you. Right? Chasing after materialistic things and different stuff like that, right? That's why they literally say money cannot buy happiness, man. You can have all the money in the world, but you be depressed as hell. A lot of these celebrities and different stuff like that are actually in a higher place in society, right, are actually depressed, man. They're the ones that sit there and take their lives, man. Because they done sat there and sacrificed their family, sacrificed their friends, sacrificed the Most High God, and sold out, right? So these different things we have to understand is not for our benefit. We have to go to this instead. Go ahead.
Right. Nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health. But thy word.
It said what?
But thy word.
O Lord, which healeth all things.
Right? It's the word that heals all things. The word. Right. But yes, essentially it's the Lord, because the Lord gave the word, right? So it's this word right here, the testimonies and different, let me get Romans chapter 15 verse number 4. The different testimonies that have been left behind, the tokens, right? That actually heals us and restores us to that health, man. And what do our people hate to do? They hate to read, right? But reading is fundamental. Don't they tell you that in 2nd grade? Right? Reading is fundamental. So we have to open back up our book, because our heritage lies within here. The devices and the tools that we actually need to heal and get out of this trauma that has been inflicted upon us lies within this book. You understand, sister? All right, bring this out. 1 John chapter 1 and verse number 9, and hold that in Psalms.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 1 verse 9.
Bring it out.
If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
It said what?
And to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
Right, so we have to repent and get cleansed from our sins, right? But how would you know you're sinning unless you read this book?
Good question.
How would you know what sins you're committing, right? You got to go into this book in order to get the commandments, the laws, and the statutes, right? In order to understand, okay, cool, these are the laws that I got to keep, and I got to stop sinning, man, right? Because sin is the transgression of the law, all right? So sin is not just you running the red light, all right? That's not a sin. Right, sin is not you damn picking up a dollar bill after somebody else dropped it. I mean, you know, things that are against the law. Right? You got it?
The book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 4.
Bring it out.
Whoever committeth sin transgresses also the law.
Right, go ahead.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Right, so the laws, statutes, and commandments that are written within this book right here, it's about 613 of them. All right? But don't be discouraged by that high numerical value, right? Because you got to understand that there's different laws set up. You got laws that are set up for the woman. You have laws that are set up for the men, right? You have laws that are set up for the priest. You understand? So these different things. And also, when you keep in one law or two laws, you end up keeping a multitude of laws at the same time. Because if I have love for my brother, I'm not going to hate him. Right. Those are contradictory. All right. If I have love for my brother, I'm not going to sit there and try to get with his wife. You understand? So I'm keeping a multitude of laws just in me loving my brother, loving my people. You understand? So therefore, these are the different things that our people got to come back to. Our people don't question why we killing each other over street signs. Our people don't question why we sitting there color banging and waving flags, right, and beefing about it. Right. Right? Our people don't understand why the woman want to sit there and do all types of grimy things, man. Right? Cheating on him while he at work 16 hours every single day of the week. Right? And she damn, hey, getting it laid down on by the damn postman. Right? These different things we don't question. We get Deuteronomy 28:54. It's good to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
We get Deuteronomy 28:54.
What's up, brother?
What's your nationality?
Israelite.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
It said what?
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
You see, those things are happening. Why? Because we have an evil eye towards our own people. Didn't it say earlier on that we were cursed? Right? So that's one of the curses right there. Right? And these are signs, again, because the Lord said in verse number 45 in Deuteronomy 28, he said, moreover, all these things, all these curses shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder. So a sign helps you understand what something represents. If I look over there, I see District Tap. That represents it being a restaurant. I understand that that's the, you know what I'm saying, the corporation or business that's in play over there. All right, finish this out.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So our people have the evil eye towards their own brothers, towards their wives, you understand, that are supposed to be a helpmate unto them, that are supposed to be a pillar of rest. Instead, we inflict harm and danger upon them with verbal abuse, physical abuse, you understand? Tell them they all types of B's and whatever the case may be, man. Deteriorating our women's mental health, man. Right? And we also leave our children, man. Right? So whereas though it's a single parent household with the mother in charge, right? Raising up a multitude of children, all right? Who's leading these statistics as a demographic of people? Us. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's not the so-called white man, because guess what? They have two-parent households, man. More than 60% of their households have both the mother and the father within it. All right? The Chinese or the Asian man, right? It's the same thing. It's only us that goes through these different things, right? And it's only, right, our people that sit there and strive to chase after these things even more for that government assistance, man. Right? That's why the woman decides to trick off and do God knows what, right? Just to sit there and divide the household so they can get the damn, you know what I'm saying, get the WIC checks, right? Get the food stamps, get the welfare checks, right? And different stuff like that, man. Get all these damn government assistance, man. Get Section 8 because the man ain't in the household, right? And guess what? That's what the U.S. government promotes. They want to sit there and push the man out of the household because what? The man is set for defense. The man is set for stability. He's the one that's supposed to provide, you understand? Right? Chiefly. All right? And so that's why, hey, these other nations, they want to take our men away. They kidnap them. They sit there and harvest their organs at a young age. You got 15-year-olds that are just disappearing in thin air, man. Right. And being found rolled up in damn gymnasium mats. See that? With their organs missing. This is not a random occurrence, right? These different things are spoken of in the Bible. Right? Let's get one more curse verse real quick. So just that alone tells us that, okay, cool. This doesn't point at the so-called white man. This doesn't point at the Asian man. It's only pointing at us right now. But there's 43 different curses within this chapter that all point to us for the most part. Right? So understanding that this is talking to the Israelites, it means that what? Our ancient lineage, right, in our history is found within these books. Right? It just is covered with the title of being Israelites as opposed to black, African American, Hispanic, right? Native American. Because all these different terms that have been invented over time, right, were all lies. Right? We're all cover-ups. So we got to get back to our true heritage at the end of the day. Does that make sense? All right, let's get the nail in the coffin.
Yes, sir. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It said what?
Again.
Right? The Israelites got led out of Egypt by what way? By Moses. Moses parted the Red Sea for the Israelites, right? Okay. He was leading them out of what? Slavery and bondage, right? So he said that they should go into Egypt again, right? Which means that what? They would be going into slavery and bondage again, right? Because there's nothing good that's going to be happening in Egypt the second time around if there was nothing good happening the first time around, right? History repeats itself. Okay, so when we read on in this chapter, we're going to help you understand that when it's talking about Egypt, it's not talking about the physical landmass, but instead talking about the counterpart, which is bondage and slavery. Okay, go ahead.
Again, with shit.
It said what?
Again, with shit.
The only time that you can sit there and find somebody going into slavery or bondage on ships is what? Our history.
Right.
All right. No other nation of people have went into slavery by way of ships. They call it chattel slavery. You understand? No other nation of people have gone through these things but the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Finish that out.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right? And we haven't seen our homeland again. Right? Because where's our homeland, sister? You said what? That's right. But have you been to Israel?
So those are actually, that's actually misconception.
Yeah, you said it's been a while?
It's been a while.
Oh, so you've been there. But a lot of our people can't say that. Right? As a nation of people, we cannot say that we've made it back to that landmass. Right? So these different things are prophecies that have been spoken of, right? And that are currently happening. They're currently being unfolded throughout the last couple of 100 years. Alright, finish this out.
I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there shall be sold unto your enemies, for bond men and bond women.
You see, there it goes again. Bond men and bond women. Right? In that place where you would go to Egypt, right? You were sold for bond men and bond women, which is literally telling you that what? Egypt is a representation for bondage and slavery.
Right.
Okay? That makes it plain upon tables right there. And again, like we said, nobody has gone into chattel slavery but the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
It's only us. So that would make us what? What's our nationality? That's right. We're no longer black. All these different terms that they have placed upon us. All right. And so, what do we got to do as the Israelites in order to heal ourselves?
Get into the word.
Yeah, we got to get into the word. Right? How do we get the closest to the Most High? Look at Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. The Bible, yeah. But what we got to do within the Bible? Because there's many things within the Bible. Right?
What, pray?
Pray, yeah, that's one. Right? It's a very good way. Because you can pray for strength, you can pray for understanding, and these different things will help you out. Right? So you got to keep the commandments as well. You have to gain enlightenment in the law. You understand? Let me get that in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse number. It says, "For the Most High dwelleth with none."
Bring it out, bring it out.
28.
Wisdom of Solomon 7, verse 28.
Bring it out.
For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
It said what?
For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Right? That's the only soul that the Lord is going to have reverence for, or love and compassion towards, man, is those that dwell with wisdom. You understand? And so we have to ask ourselves, okay, what is true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man? Right? Is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding the wisdom that's in this world? Right? How to sit there and get rich quick. Right? How to make $1 million bucks. Right? Because the Lord said, lay not up your treasures upon the face of the earth, but what? In heaven.
Right.
Where moth nor rust doth corrupt. All right? So therefore, that's what we got to be desiring. What? The keys to heaven. Right? Let me get Matthew 16, 19. All right? 1960, my bad. Yep. THAWADAH.
So
Book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 16.
Bring it out.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Right? Eternal life is the kingdom of heaven. Right? Okay, go ahead.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
Right?
There is none good but one.
It's Christ speaking. Go ahead.
That is God. But if thou enter into life, keep the commandments.
It said what?
Keep the commandments.
That's right. So if we're going to get eternal life, if we're going to get the kingdom of heaven, we got to keep the commandments. And that's just that. So we understand that we're Israelites, and as the Israelites, we got to keep the commandments. And once we keep the commandments, we start to get more understanding. Because now, hey, the Lord started to have that compassion towards us. Why? Because we're getting built up in wisdom. We're getting built up in understanding. Because we stopped sinning. You understand? We let me get Romans 12 verse 2. We disassociated ourselves from the ways of this world. We disassociated ourselves from our old friends that were no good. Right? These are the different things that we have to follow and profess ourselves to be. All right? Let me get this one last one for you real quick. All right, sister? All right, bring this up.
Book of Romans chapter 12 verse 2.
Go.
And be not conformed to this world.
You said what?
And be not conformed to this world.
See, if you're conformed to this world, brother, you got 2 minutes for words, Lord? You want to take Clark? You take Clark?
Yep.
Right there, right there.
Right here, right there.
He right there, right? So if you conform to this world, you're not a servant of the Most High God. Look at Matthew 6:22, right? You're not a servant of the Most High God if you conform to this world. Because what does it mean to be conformed, right? Or to be confederate with? Yeah, but the literal definition of those is just 2 words: confederate or just conform. You're in alignment. You understand? Right? You're in accordance with this world. You don't want to be in accordance with this world. You don't want to be in the likeness of this world. Because what? When Christ walked the earth, hey, the world hated him. Why? Because he was not of this world. You understand? He did everything different. He did everything that was strange in their eyes. You understand? Right? So, bring this out.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
You said what?
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So it's going to take some renewing in your mind. It's going to take a little bit of sharpening in your mind in order to sit there and, hey, disassociate yourself, man. Right? In order to leave off from the different ways of this world, man. And what's the ways of this world? Right? What's going on right now in legislation that was passed in about what? It started all in like 2007, 2008. Right? Who's walking around with the rainbow flag? Yeah, right? These different things, these were not natural things upon the face of the earth at a point in time, man. Right? Right, exactly. Right? How can you procreate with 2 men?
Good question.
Or how could you procreate with 2 women? Or how could you procreate with a man that turned into a woman and he got rid of all his damn privy parts? It's not going to happen, you understand? So the Lord's not standing for that, all right? That's something strange, right? And so therefore we have to leave off from that. We got a lot of our people that sit there and attend these different events, right? We was just going all throughout the, you know what I'm saying, the Midwest, the region, or whatever the case may be. We was even in the South, right? And we seen a multitude of our people sitting there guilty by association, man. Talking about some, oh yeah, my cousin's this, that, and the third, so yeah, I'm out here to support her. Right? My mom forced me to come out here, so I'm out here to support her. Right? We're guilty by association. That would be an accessory to the crime, wouldn't it? Alright? So you would still sit there and get the book thrown at you for those different things, depending on how serious the crime is. Well, guess what? It's very serious in the eyes of the Lord. Right. And that's why we can't walk in alignment with this world. We got to renew our mind. Right? We got to leave off from these different things. Right? So, is there more on that?
That ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh.
That's right. So we gotta sit there and find the things that are actually set up in the will of the Most High God and walk in alignment with that rather than walking in alignment with this world. How can you figure out the things that the Lord wants for you? By doing the things in which you brought out before, praying, right? Fasting is also a good way, right? Doing the things in which essentially it's a deeper purpose, right? Or even deeper than praying, right? You're afflicting your physical flesh. Where it's going. You're sacrificing food, you're sacrificing water and these different things to show your strength and your love for the Most High God. Right? And when you're doing these different things, you're ultimately humbling yourself and accepting that what? You're nothing but dust and ashes, man, at the end of the day. You're submitting yourself under the Most High God and letting them know, hey, look, I want to do your will. I want to do what you have set up for me. All right? So praying, fasting, the Lord tells you that charity and alms, that's a good way to cleanse your slate, get these sins off of you, right? But ultimately just following this Bible in totality, following the scriptures with the true knowledge and understanding, right, of doctrine, right, that the Lord has set up. These are the different things that are going to help you in life. All right, that's the true wisdom that you could be walking with, right? And with that, and the Lord is going to sit there and continue to make sure that He makes intercession for you. All right, read this.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 22. Matthew 6 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
The light of the body is the eye.
Go ahead.
If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Right? So you can't juggle two things at once.
Right.
All right? That's what the Lord is basically telling you. He's saying, look, if you come in to serve me, let your eye be single, man. Let your mind be fixated on me. Right? Don't sit there and one blink, right? You sitting there telling me, oh yeah, I'm keeping your commandments, Lord, asking for blessings and different stuff like that. And in the next breath, you puffing up or sparking up that damn blunt. Right? Defiling your temple. Because all smoking does is what? Kills your lungs. It literally kills you over time. Right? All you're doing is bringing damnation forth into your lungs. A lot of our people like to think that smoking weed is actually doing something good for them, right? Because the Lord brought it forth out of the earth. It's not meant to smoke though. Just because the Lord brought it out the earth, it doesn't mean that it's meant to smoke it, right? It doesn't mean to vaporize it. Because guess what? When you smoke that weed, it actually emits four times more as tar than a cigarette does. And we know they put all types of stuff in a cigarette. There's damn feline secretion within the cigarette. All right. There's rat poison within the cigarette. Right. Nicotine within the cigarette that constantly brings you back. Right. Where you're looking for a fix every time. Right. You're smoking a whole box a day. Right. So these different things we got to understand. Right. We got to separate from these different things. We got to separate from what the world glamorizes. You understand? Because we're a spectacle at the end of the day, right? We gotta act as such. All right, sister. So what's your nationality? One more time.
Israelite.
That's right, sister. All praises to the Most High. All right. Have a blessed evening. All right. Be safe out here. All right. So all praises to the Most High. Hey, brother in the white, brother with the dreads. You got 2 minutes, real quick. Come holler at us, real quick. All praises. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say something when you was walking by. All right, what's going on? What's your name? Tay Lamad. I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain. All right. So, if I could ask you, what would you identify as far as your ethnicity goes?
Black.
Black?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. Would you say that you're the same color as your shorts?
Nah.
You're not. Right. So when we call ourselves black, what does that mean?
I don't know.
What's the culture or heritage of being black? Ain't none, right? Can you speak the language black? When did the term black actually come about? When did our nation come about? When was it established? Just like America in 1776, right? It became America, right? Right? The United States of America. So when did black come about? Yeah.
That's a good question.
You can't find it, brother. That means it's not an actual nationality or ethnicity.
So what would you say?
All right. What would I say as for myself?
Yeah.
I would be an Israelite, brother.
Right.
Right. I'll be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's what y'all.
Yeah, this brother would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah as well. All right. That brother over there, he'd be an Israelite from the tribe of Gad. You understand? All right. So we come from different tribes going into our lineages and what patriarchy, right, we fall from. Okay. But at the end of the day, our ultimate father, right, and ultimate lineage in which we come from is Israel. All right. His name was changed to Israel in Genesis 32. He would be better known as Jacob or Yaakov in the Hebrew. You understand? Are you familiar with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
I know.
You just heard the names?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
I'm familiar with the names.
All right, cool. Right? So, you know what Israel means?
No.
Right? It means to have power with the Most High God. Princes that have power with the Most High God. You understand? Don't you feel like a prince or a king?
Sure.
Right? Look at the apparel you got on, man. You got the slug right here. You got the chain on. Right? Did you notice in the scriptures? That wearing such attire is in the scriptures? But it's not the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse number 10. Right? Did you know that Christ was black? So-called? Right? Because we just sat there and already cut that down to shreds, that black is not a nationality or ethnicity. But if he was walking in society today, society would call him a so-called black man.
Right.
Okay? Right? Did you know that's in the scriptures? Okay, we're going to bring these two out for you, all right?
All right, go ahead, man.
Bring this up.
Book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 10.
Bring it out.
Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
I said what?
Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
So that term comely just means handsome or beautiful, right? Okay, it said thy cheeks are comely, right? With rows of jewels. What's your cheeks? right here, okay? What's in between your cheeks, right? Your teeth. What goes on your teeth? Jewels. So what is that talking about? Grills. It's talking about the slugs, right? Talking about the VVS, the buzz downs. All right, read on.
Thy neck with chains of gold.
It said what?
Thy neck with chains of
I
gold.
don't even gotta break that down. That's plain, man. Right? Go ahead.
We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver.
It said what?
We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver.
Right? It even goes as far as to going into what? You got earrings, studs, all right? Studs of silver, all right? So these different things are found within the Bible, man, right? Who's walking around dripped out with chains of gold, slugs in their mouth, man, right? Get their first bag, and what they do, they go cop some grills and they bust it down, man, right? They get the AP to match it, man, right? Or they get the Protect to match it, man, right? Who does that as a people? Kings, yes, right? But what's those kings' nationality? What's their ethnicity more than likely? Yeah. So what that tell you right there? That the men in the scriptures were more than likely what? Black. All right? So that means that we've been lied to in Christianity churches, right? Because they don't read this scripture. Right. They don't tell us about this scripture right here. Right? But that's just one thing, all right? We got several different things that'll help you point in the direction of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? That'll let you know that, okay, cool. The Israelites went through these things, but only the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have went through these things. All right? Bring this out for the brother. This is talking about Christ. Right? Revelation chapter 1 and verse number 13. Right? I'm going to tell you how Christ was a so-called black man. All right? Let me get Daniel chapter 9 and verse number, or 7 and 9, my bad.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Which is talking about Jesus Christ, right? Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Right? Talking about his attire. He had a garment that was all the way down to the foot. Ankle, right? Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Are you familiar with WWE? Yeah. Right? And you got the championship belt, the heavyweight title, right? And he had the same attire on, such as in likeness, right? I should say. That's what a girdle is, right? It goes about your torso, right? Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, who has woolly hair upon the face of the earth right now? Right.
Coarse hair.
And you got coarse hair, right? It's woolly as well, right? Because when you sit there and you look at the sheep, you can't run your hands through that sheep's hair, man. You're gonna get stuck at some point in time, man. Right? Because hey, that's just the texture of what is woolly, right? So that's describing our hair, right? You also got Hispanics as well. They refer to themselves as Afro-Latinos or Afro-Latinos, right? So these different things, right, we understand is pointing in the direction of what? Christ being in this likeness of these people, right? What?
As white as snow.
It said what?
As white as snow.
Right, go on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right, go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
It said what?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Right now, if you sit there and roll that white sock back, what you gonna see? The color of your foot. And the color of your foot is gonna match your body, right? Okay, so that's the same thing for Christ. It said his feet was like unto brass, right? As if what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
That's right, man. So he was so dark that what? His complexion was as if you put brass in a furnace, right, and burnt it. That was his complexion, right? So that tells you right there that Christ was not the white man that they sit there and try to portray him to be. So all these people walking around, you know what's going on right now? You know where they're going? Right? You know where they're going? They're going to an event, right? Roman Catholicism.
Right.
Right? The very same thing that they sat there and beat into our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters.
See that?
Right? The Hispanics and Native Americans. Where they sat there and literally put them on crosses, man. Right? Told them to get down or lay down, man.
Right.
Right? And if they didn't get down with it, and guess what? They either got burnt alive, right? They either got crucified, or they literally sat there and got chopped up. Right? And cut down with the sword. These are the very same things in which is being glamorized today. Right? We gotta walk away from these different things if what? These are the things that were beat into us, man. If something's beat into you, it's more than likely it's not the right thing to be doing.
Right.
Right? They had to beat it into you in the first place.
Right.
Right? What's that movie called? My brother's always talking about with Kunta.
Roots.
Right, Roots. What happened with Kunta, man? Right? He sat there and said, your name is Toby.
Right, see that?
Right? He kept resisting. And eventually he just kind of gave in. Right? But that had to get beat into him, man. that doesn't mean that you just take it and run with it, man. No, you gotta sit there and come back to your nationality and your heritage, man. If we just read the scriptures and it literally points in the directions of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, being the people of the Bible, that means that what? We gotta open this book back up and get back into it.
Definitely got to do that.
Right? Yeah. So real quick, let me get you one last verse, right? Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse number 1. All these things in which we just read about, right, is talking about a specific group of people. We're going to read it real quick. Right? Because you would say that, what? Those are your people, ain't? Right? So read this.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
To make what?
To make with the children of Israel.
That's right. So what? We're the children of Israel, man. Right? The people of this book are the Israelites, man. And these are our forefathers, man. This is the lineage in which we come from, man. This is which we descend from. We're supposed to be kings and rulers. In many provinces, man. Right? Does that make sense, though? Because don't you feel like royalty when you walk about? Right? You feel like you're supposed to be in a greater position than what you are. Right? These different things is for a reason, though. Alright? So, what's your nationality? Right? You don't know?
Well, I'm an Israelite.
Yeah, you're an Israelite, brother. Right? Let me get something that's irrefutable for you real quick, because you had a little bit of doubt. I ain't going to hold you up too long. It's just one last verse. Alright, Deuteronomy 28:68. This is irrefutable right here.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Right, go ahead.
Again.
It said what?
Again.
Right? So this is talking about the Israelites. Right? The Israelites were delivered out of Egypt, what? By the hand of Moses. Right? He split the Red Sea for them. Right? What were they doing in Egypt? They was in slavery. Right? It's going to tell you later on in the verse. Right? But they were in bondage and in slavery. So that's what Egypt is synonymous to. Bondage and slavery. So hold on to that. Alright, King? Read that one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It said again, bondage and slavery again. I already went through it the first time, right? And it's gonna happen again. Right, go ahead.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Now, in history, who are the only people that went into bondage and slavery by way of ships? Our ancestors, that's right. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Hispanics, it happened to them from 1492 all the way up to about 1521. You understand? In modern history. Alright? Because what happened? Christopher Columbus came over here with Hebrew interpreters when the Hispanics and the Native Americans were already dwelling in this landmass. Right? Why else would he have brought those Hebrew interpreters unless there was Hebrews in this landmass? Right. Right? That's the only thing that makes sense. Right? But also history lines up and tells you that what they were over here in this landmass. You have different archaeology that lines up with that. Okay? Right? So they were taken from this landmass and delivered into parts of Spain, delivered into parts of Northern Europe, right? And put in slavery and bondage, man. That's when Roman Catholicism actually came about. Right? Because if they didn't become Roman Catholics, they got either killed on the spot or they got sent into slavery, right? Over the coast. Alright, so that's when they went into slavery by way of ships. The African Americans, right, or the blacks came over here in what? 1619, as history will tell you. Alright? So these different things, they've happened to us as a collective of people. We're actually all brothers and sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? And guess what? The world tries to do. They try to dissociate us, man, and make it seem as if we're all different. When in fact, we all come from the same forefather. Right? Finish this out.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
As a nation of people, we've never been back to our landmass, our home country, which is Israel. Right? That's our home country in which we came from. Because that's the original place in which they caused us to come out of, man. That's the original place in which they ransacked us out of.
Right.
Right? In 70 AD.
Right.
Right? The Romans, they sat there and besieged Jerusalem. And a lot of our people, they fled into North Africa. Right? And that's how we ended up in parts of North Africa and West Africa and were delivered in transatlantic slavery.
Right.
Right? Hey, this book will tell you a lot, man.
Let them know.
Right? It's a lot of stuff within here. If you link it up with history, you start to, you really start to scratch your head. You say, oh, shoot.
I gotta get back into it.
Right. Right, so let me finish this out real quick and then you go ahead about your business.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen.
Right? It didn't say your own people. It said your enemies. It didn't say people that loved you. It said your enemies. Your enemies despise you. Your enemies, they envy you. Right? Okay? Who's our enemies today? Who envies us as people? Who put put us in slavery, in shackles and chains?
Good question.
Who shoved us on them slave ships? And stuffed us in there like sardines.
That's what it is.
That's what it is, right? So does that mean that we should be, politicking with them at the degree of which our people politic with them? So we'll be cool with them and chilling with them? Nah, we shouldn't. We should be loving our own people, because guess what? We have generations and generations of traumatized, right, or trauma, I should say, right, that we need to heal from, man. We got different stereotypes and stigmas that are placed upon our people that we need to heal from. We're cursed as a people, man. Right? It tells you in the scriptures, man, that having an evil eye towards our brother, that's a curse that we live out.
Right.
So that means that what? Gunning each other down over street corners, right? Brothers want to sit there and plot on your demise, man. Right? The crab in the bucket mentality. They might sit there and see you got your chain flush, man. Right? And they say, oh, he got something on him. Right? He got some money, man. Right? Let's go ahead and plot on him, man. Right? That's what our people do, though. You don't see the so-called white man. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg doing that to damn Bill Gates. Right? You don't see Elon Musk doing that to damn Donald Trump. All right? These things don't happen. Right? And I know I'm naming notarized people. Right? But, hey, you don't see these things happening to damn Billy and Tom. They don't envy each other. Right? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, a chairman for the KKK, he said, if you truly love your people, you won't have the room or the energy to love anyone else. So if we truly love our people, we won't have the energy or the time to love anybody else. But we gotta truly love our people.
That's right. If you're loving your people, they're gonna pour that love right back into you. So you're not even gonna sit, you're gonna be content. You're not gonna sit there and want to be giving your love and passion away. Right? Our people only do it because they don't want to deal with each other. And that's a curse, you understand? Right? It's just one more sentence on this and I'm gonna let you go.
And no man shall buy you.
Right, so we were sold as bondmen and bondwomen to our enemies, and no person has redeemed us. That's what buy means in this context. Right, it goes back to the Hebrew word kodash. Right, so no person has redeemed us. A lot of our people say, oh, we come out of Africa. Well, guess what? If we actually came out of Africa, and that's our homeland, and and we dwelt in one of those countries, and that's our actual heritage, right? Why haven't they saved us out of this captivity?
Question.
Why hasn't Congress sat there and decided, okay, it's time to get the Negroes up out of this landmass and bring them home? Because they're not our people. They're the ones that sold us.
Right.
Right? And we wasn't sold by our own people. That's another thing that our people like to say, man. Right? Oh yeah, our people betrayed us. Right? And they sold us into slavery. It's not true. Right? It was Africans that did that, which are known as biblical Hamites. You understand? So what's your nationality, brother? What's your nationality? That's right, brother. You be an Israelite. You say you would be African American. Your father would be African American as well, right? You'd be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So you be from the same tribe as me, brother. All right, be easy out here, man. Don't lose that flower. You take care, man.
Benjamin.
Right?
That's the best tribe.
Right. So all praises to the Most High, man. Right. What's your name? Jury.
Yuri.
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 Yuri. What's your nationality?
Ukrainian. From Ukraine.
I knew it. Right.
Oh, you knew. So you were.
I knew you was from Europe. I knew you was from Europe.
You're from Europe.
All right.
I'm looking what tribe am I?
Benjamin, you say you're trying to find what tribe you are? I don't think it's on there. You're gonna be looking for a minute.
Look again,
Naftali, Argentinians and Chileans. Oh wow, Colombians.
What's your father? Ukrainian as well?
Yeah, Michael.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what tribe he would be.
He wouldn't be on there. Right?
Haitian Levites.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the Haitians, yeah.
Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim.
You know what? I got a scripture for you.
What?
I got a scripture for you. I know you're looking for something on here, but it ain't in here. Right? It's not on here, it's in here. All right? We're going to read it for you. Let me get Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse number 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
It said what?
And will yet choose Israel.
So this is Israel right here, okay? This is Israel, right? So you're not going to find yourself mixed with the lineage of Israel because you say you're a descendant of what? Ukraine. Yeah. Okay, all right. So go ahead.
And set them in their own land.
It said what?
And set them in their own land.
Read on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
It said what?
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
So this is Israel right here, all right? And it said the strangers will be joined with them. So who is the strangers now?
No, with the strangers.
That would be your people in that context. Right? It would be the other nations. Alright?
Watchmen for Israel.
Alright, jump to 21.
Verse 21. Prepare slaughter.
It said what?
Prepare slaughter.
Okay.
For his children.
For what?
For his children.
Right? You come from the descendant of strangers.
Right.
That's what we just went into. Because the Lord hasn't known anybody but Israel. Okay, alright. So what you descended from strangers, it said prepare slaughter for what? For his children. Did you know that's coming to your people?
It's already there.
Your people. It's already happening. Yeah, from God. Yes. You didn't know that was in the Bible? They don't teach you that in the Catholic Church? No. Oh man, they failing y'all.
False prophets.
They failing y'all, man.
I have to join the...
I don't know about all that, alright?
Alright, go ahead and read on.
God, prepare slaughter for his children.
It said what?
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Go ahead.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
It said what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For rape, robbery, and murder, right, of our forefathers and our ancestors, and these people gotta bear the punishment of that, man. There's no escaping that, man. Alright? It's coming to y'all too.
Right.
So get ready.
Right.
Right? There's no escaping it, man. Right? Let me get Jeremiah chapter 48, man. Right? Man, this is madness, man. Right? I got 2 minutes for the words of the Lord, family. Start at verse number, the whole chapter really getting on the head. But you can start at 1 for real. Right? Bring this up.
Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 1. Against Moab, thus said the Lord of hosts.
It said what?
Against Moab, thus said the Lord of hosts.
And the so-called Chinese, man, and they gotta go through it too, man. Right? And we're seeing a great melting pot, man. Walking by, man. Everybody's damn joined into a religion that does not benefit them. They picking up a book that does not belong to them nor benefit them, man. They need to put it down, man. Right? And they need to sit there and clean back to their ways, man. And the Chinese man needs to go back to Buddhism, alright? The damn Indian man needs to go back to Sikhism, alright? And they need to sit there and go back to their own religion and customs, man. Sikhism. Right? Hey, you agree with that, right? Yeah, you need to sit there and stay with y'all people. Stay on y'all side of the fence.
That's right.
So put our book down, alright? Stop reading the Bible, right? And sit there and put all these things behind you, alright? It's easy. Right? She said it was easy, man. Right? She said she advocates for that.
And she threw up the Baphomet.
Right, yeah, she sat there and threw up, you know, devil's horn, man. Right? Sat there and kept it pushing, man. Right? Can I ask y'all a question real quick? What brought y'all to Roman Catholicism?
Oh my gosh, it's the truth, the Eucharist.
It's the truth?
Jesus. Yeah,
Okay.
it goes all the way back.
So what was your journey? If I may ask.
My journey?
Your introduction.
Well, it's cradle Catholic, but then I had to really learn and understand it.
So what did you actually learn throughout your journey? Like what helped you get to where you're at right now?
Jesus is the Son of God.
You said Jesus is the Son of God. That's plain.
He died for us. Okay.
You say he died for y'all?
Let's go, girl! Everybody.
Okay, all right. Where we all going? All right. You see that? Was that our people? Or was that him? That's madness, man. Kind of ushered him up out of there, man. Right? He was saying, sat there and foreseen these different things that are about to come to pass, man. All right? All right, bring this up.
The God of Israel, woe unto Nebo.
It said, huh?
Woe unto Nebo.
All right, go ahead.
For the spoil. Carathium is confounded and taken. Misgab is confounded and dismayed.
It said what?
Misgab is confounded and dismayed.
These other nations are confounded and dismayed, man, to be following after Catholicism, man. Right? A religion that was set up a couple of 100 years ago, man. Right? Right? And was put forth Christianity, something that was put forth by what? Constantine, man. 300 years, 400 years after Christ died, man. How is it that y'all are picking up this book and tying it to Christianity so quickly when these different things didn't come about till a couple of 100 years after Christ died? Right? Tell me how that makes sense, man. And you sit there and you walk around and say, hey, Jesus Christ was a Christian, man. How is he a Christian when being a Christian literally means to be what? A follower of Christ. You tell me how Jesus Christ was a Christian, how he was a follower of himself. That's heady. That's prideful, isn't it? Right? Tell me how that makes sense, man. Right? Our people gotta sit there and disassociate themselves from the ways of this world, man. The different religions that sit there and take them for a spoil and a snare, man. Right? That sit there and entice them, man. Right? We have to sit there and be joined back to this book right here, right? And joined back to the Most High God. And that's what's truly going to sit there and set us up in the state that we need to be in, man. All right? We have to truly start sitting there desiring and caring, right, for the wellness of our people, man. Right? And stop caring about the wellness of these other nations, man. That have done nothing but rape, rob, and spoil us as a people, man. Right? Don't you think your people should pay? What's your nationality? Mexican. Mexican, right? Your father's Mexican? Yes. You got 2 minutes for the word of the Lord? Right, take a flyer, brother. Yeah, brother. Alright. What's your nationality? What's your nationality?
I gotta go, bro.
Hey, brother, you got 2 minutes for the words of the Lord? Want to take a flyer? Alright, it's just literature, YouTube. Alright, check it out. Alright, you see, that's what the church do, you, man. Alright? You kind of neglect anything that, hey, that's not of the church, man. Right? And what you believe in it, man. Right? You telling me what type of mindset that is, man. They sit there and try to tell us that we're in a cult. Look at the things that you're doing, man. Look at the fruits of you walking in Catholicism, man. Right? With these people. Right? Look at the fruits of that, man. Sit. You tell me if it's actually benefiting you, man. You tell me if it's actually delivering your people, man. Right? Is it actually sitting there bringing you any type of relief, man? Right? Does Joel Osteen actually care about you?
Hell no.
Right? Does Creflo Dollar actually care about you? Right? These different men that glamorize these different Christianity religions, man, do they actually sit there and help you out in the situations in which you go through turmoil and distress?
Nah.
Right? Do they help you out when you're sitting there dealing with infidelity in your marriage?
Nah.
No, they actually help encourage it, man. Because the whole time they've been wanting to get with your wife, man. Whole time they've been plotting on your kids, man. Right? So we gotta separate from these different things, man. Right? Why you wanna sit there and get in bed with these creepy people, man? Right? Let me get go back to that Jeremiah. Hold the verse number. Slack it. 27.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 27. For it was not Israel a derision unto thee.
What's your nationality, family? Brother.
Somos israelitas, según la Biblia.
Right? We don't.
Was he found among thieves? For since thou spakest of him, thou skippest for joy. Thou skippest for joy. O ye that dwell in Moab. Leave the cities and dwell in the rock. Leave the cities and dwell in the rock. And be like the dove that maketh her nest in the sides of the hole's mouth. We have heard the pride of Moab. We have heard the pride of Moab.
And we've heard the pride and the arrogance of these different countries. And there it go right there, manifested, right? Riding on the damn scooter, man. Right? We've heard the pride and arrogance of these different countries, man. Right? Speaking of the downfall of our people, man, and how they're constantly, succeeding, man. Right? How they're constantly still overcoming. Well, guess what? Right? And the Lord has brought forth much judgment on the earth, man, already. And there's much more to come, man. Right? Because guess what? Ain't the Chinese government sitting there paying out so-called black men to come over into their country, right, to impregnate their woman, right? Because guess what? Their woman can't bear children anymore, man. Right? So these different things are already happening and brewing up. Right? The Lord turning these curses, man. Right? The Lord turning the captivity, man. It's slowly but surely coming to pass, man. You just got to open up your damn eyes to see it, man. Some of our people are just too damn ignorant and so caught up with their head up their butt, man, that they don't understand what's truly going on the earth, man. Right? You need to open up this book and come back to your heritage and your nationality, man, in order to understand what's going on, man. All right? Because Zephaniah chapter 1. I'm going to end off on that. Alright, Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse number 14.
God's book of Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14.
Bring it out.
The great day of the Lord is near.
It said what?
The great day of the Lord is near.
Right, and with these signs, we understand that the great day of the Lord is near, man. Right, it's not tarrying, it's not waiting so long, man. Right, we understand that it's creeping around the corner, man, and it's coming quickly. Go ahead.
It is near and hastens greatly.
Right?
Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry their bitterly.
It said what?
The mighty man shall cry their bitterly.
So guess what? All these kings that were set up in the earth, man, and they're going to be crying bitterly, man. Right? Pleading to sit there and get back to that state of power that they were once in, man. But guess what? It's never going to happen, man. Right? Because what the Lord said, and guess what? The elder shall serve the younger, man. All right? And these different things aren't going to turn back, man. Right? Finish it up.
Come. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation,
right?
A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
Right, so clouds and thick darkness is coming upon the face of the earth. Hey, brother in the white tee. Right, come holler at us real quick. 2 minutes, brother. At least take a flyer. Come get a flyer and walk away. All right, brother, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites, king. Right, we got to come away from these different terms that have been placed upon us. Right, go ahead.
Come. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced city.
Right.
And again the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men. That they shall walk like blind men.
Right, go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
It said what?
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
Right, so men are going to be walking like blind men in that day, man. Not knowing who to turn to. Not knowing where to go, man. Right, so the point that they're just going to sit there and give up, man. Right, because they've lost all hope and faith, man. Right? Hey, it's right now. The time is right now to sit there and get your house in order, man. The time is right now to sit there and start keeping the laws and statutes and commandments that the Lord has ordained us to do, man. Right? That you're not cut off in the land of the living, man, when the time comes. Right? Finish it up.
And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Shimmy Yahushua, and pass it to the next mighty speaker. Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Come.
All praise.
Hey, make sure you start it over too. Make sure you
coming upon the face of the earth. Hey, brother in the white tee. Right, come holler at us real quick. 2 minutes, brother. At least take a flyer. Come get a flyer and walk away. All right, brother, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites, king. Right, we got to come away from these different terms that have been placed upon us. Right, go ahead.
Come. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced city.
Right.
And again the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men. That they shall walk like blind men.
Right, go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
It said what?
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
Right, so men are going to be walking like blind men in that day, man. Not knowing who to turn to. Not knowing where to go, man. Right, so the point that they're just going to sit there and give up, man. Right, because they've lost all hope and faith, man. Right? Hey, it's right now. The time is right now to sit there and get your house in order, man. The time is right now to sit there and start keeping the laws and statutes and commandments that the Lord has ordained us to do, man. Right? That you're not cut off in the land of the living, man, when the time comes. Right? Finish it up.
And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Shimmy Yahushua, and pass it to the next mighty speaker. Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Come.
With ship!
With what?
With ship!
With what?
With ship!
How did we get to America? On ships, right? So did everybody on the earth go into slavery on ships? Who went into slavery on ships, brother? That's right.
Crazy.
You for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord is coming as a thief in the night.
What?
As a thief in the night.
Thief in the night.
Right.
The Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, man. Nobody knows when the Lord is gonna come back. Right. Nobody knows.
This the book of wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Right, the wisdom of the Lord, man, right, and the wisdom of life is more moving than any motion, man, right? And that's what the Lord has given us to speak to our people, man, right? And that thing is gonna move you more than anything, man, right? It's gonna move you more than damn weed, right? It's gonna move you more than that damn Hennessy bottle, right? It's gonna sit there and move you more than damn Keisha, Letitia, right? And all these damn heathenistic women, man.
Right.
Oh, you're going crazy.